Ever since Canoli took the Mexican dates, Cinco de Mayo, first weekend of May, and second weekend of September, Mexican Independence Day weekend. Ever since Canoli took them dates, he's like that guy you give a job, right? You had somebody at your job. You're a boss, a supervisor, a manager. You got your job where you run your employees. You had one great employee who used to always show up on time. Whenever there was big events, he was always there. Always kept was on time. Never took a sick day or a leave. You know what I mean? Was always on time and always showed up to work. And then he gets old or just decides, hey, he's not working there anymore. And you get a new employee, and he ain't the same like the guy who was consistent who left before. You know what I mean? He don't show up to work on time. He don't even keep the big dates for these big events. You know what I mean? Cinco de Mayo, September, Independence Day weekend, and that's Canoli. And the consistent worker before him was Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather is not even Hispanic. He's not even Mexican. But Cinco de Mayo, yeah, every Mexican Independence Day weekend, Floyd Mayweather was there defending his titles or snatching titles, whatever the case may be. Even Oscar De La Hoya before him couldn't stay on pace and just fight twice a year if he had to, and fight on Mexican Independence Day weekend and Cinco de Mayo. Well, it looks like Roy Jones and Mike Tyson, they know this about Canoli. And they're like, you know what? Ever since Canoli went to that app, his stock been plummeting. He ain't even making as much paper as he's really supposed to, because he don't get no pay-per-view revenue. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones decided, hey, you know what? They fight on an app. We're going to fight on an app. And we're going to fight on Mexican Independence Day weekend. And Canoli and Julio Cesar Chavez trying to defend him and talking about Mike Tyson to them should have picked another date. They can't do nothing about it. They're just going to have to sit there and watch the fight just like everybody else in the world will be. Yeah, that's on Canoli, Slim. You know, when Canoli out here pump faking, ain't trying to give other fighters opportunities, you know, talking about they're not going to fight Billy Joe Saunders or Billy Joe Saunders ain't going to fight them. What was the case? I think Billy Joe Saunders didn't want to take the short money. I thought it was good money for him, but hey, it is what it is. Canoli having troubles getting fighters into the ring because he makes an absurd amount of money, and he's trying to give his opponent a tiny percentage piece of the pie. That's what the problem is. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention he be ducking all kind of fighters. You know? So, yeah. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones snatched up Canoli's date, and Canoli can't do nothing about it. You know, the so-called quote-unquote cash cow in boxing, which he's not. No, sir. He ain't the cash cow no more. I seen Tyson Fury, a man from England, come to USA, Jack. Fight Otto Wallin, Tom Schwartz, and Deontay Wilder. Now he's the cash cow of boxing. Not Anthony Joshua, not Canoli. Canoli did it to himself. He decided to alienate his Mexican fans by fighting on a freaking app. Yeah, nobody cares if the app is, I don't know. I don't even know how much that shit costs. All I know is it ain't worth it. It's just the truth, you know? It's just the truth. Now, Canoli's date's been snatched, and he has no opponent as of yet. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones do. They got a date and venue. Canoli's dates. Too bad. Be Marsh Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what y'all think about Canoli's inconsistencies as a Mexican fighter who can't even keep the Mexican dates and fight on those dates. He hasn't been consistent with it. He'll be fighting at a later date. You know why? Yeah, because Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Be Marsh Boxing. I'm gone.